Write the following quote in your own words, recording their new sentence in your response journal. So this is what we're going to be starting off with today, guys. Let's look at this quote. But by far the most important result was that it awakened us a strong practical sense of esprit de corps, which in the field developed into the finest thing that arose out of the war, comradeship. All I'm asking you to do is to rewrite this quote into your own words. What are they saying? Look at our focusing and content framing question. We are in a reveal stage. I want to know, what does a deeper exploration of the incidences in Chapter 3 reveal about comradeship? Explore more deeply how conditions of the front provoke particular decisions and actions by the soldiers. So at this point, you guys should be updating your status reports and recording characteristics, incidences, and responses from the characters that you've been tracking so far. Then I want you to read aloud Chapter 3 on All Quiet on the Western Front, from reinforcements have arrived to describe us as young heroes. Then record these two words into your vocabulary journal, decorum and absurdity. Then answer the question, what happens inside of Chapter 3? Please be detailed, guys. This is not a 1 or 2 question thing because Chapter 3 is almost 15 to 20 pages. Look at 40 through 50 of Chapter 3. What are Kat and Krupp's ideas about war? How do they compare to the soldiers' current circumstances in the military? According to Kat, how does power affect relationships between the soldiers and the officers? And what responses does Hamilton's system of self-education provoke? This is on page 46. Then you're going to be completing handout 9A, Broad Category Evidence Organization. Review your piles of evidence. Now that you have sorted your evidence, you are ready to identify and name your categories. Label each pile based on the relationship that identified among the pieces of evidence. This is going to be inside of handout 9A. That is what you're going to complete. These broad categories organize information by making specific connections that are related to a single idea or concept. Understand that there is no right way to sort and organize evidence, but that the organization must make sense. It must be clear. Your categories need to provide structure for analysis of evidence. To end our lesson for today, our content framing question in our reveal stage says, what does a deeper exploration of incidences in Chapter 3 reveal about comradeship? For the exit ticket, what incident in Chapter 3 best reveals comradeship and why? So now let's go ahead and get started with our deep dive. So I want us to look at the word irony. What is irony? In Module 1, we talked about irony. I want us to remember that irony is a contrast between expectation and the outcome. So we just recounted this when we read, Cat gets beef, beans, straw, and bread for his friends. This is on page 36 and 40. The men discuss the politics of war and remember their military training. This is on pages 40 through 41. The men beat up their old corporal Hemstos on page 45 through 50. Now I want you to look at page 50 in the novel. Reread the last paragraph aloud. How does the last paragraph provide an example of irony? Look at the word hero. What kind of behavior would you expect out of a hero? Old Buffer called the soldiers heroes is ironic because they behaved exactly the opposite. Write an exit ticket in response to the following question. How does this example of irony relate to either the idea of loss of innocence or iron youth? All right, with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for today's lesson. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please come to office hours. I'll see you soon.